Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. Good morning, Cindy. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so raring to go this morning, but first, let's make sure that everybody has a great big drink so we're nice and hydrated. And, well, I just listened to some Eminem to get me all pumped this morning. Good morning, Sue. So I am raring to go. How about you? Is everybody else raring to go? Sue, I have a question for you before I go. Before our time is up. So don't let me forget. But it's one that I want everybody else to hear about. I'm so great, Sue. How about you? How was Oklahoma this morning? More specifically, Norman, Oklahoma. It is hot as Hades here in Arizona. Good morning, Tessa Reed. So, if you are brand new here and you haven't yet, and I can't imagine that you haven't, but if you haven't, if you would like Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then ask to join Stitch Along with Ann, which will be tomorrow, Facebook group, and Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. Those are the places where you can post pictures too. And you know, we all want to post pictures of our art, right? If you would like, follow, share, and comment on any of these platforms or all of these platforms, I would so appreciate that. You can't even understand. Just liking this, giving this video a thumbs up, huge. It is huge for me. And it's such a simple thing, right? And the more you comment, the more conversation we have, the more people that follow it, all of that stuff. You know, it just, I gotta find my glasses because I can't read my comments. Sorry. I think I can, and then, no, dice. Anyway, all of that will help me tremendously. And today we are playing with the brand new art printable Flower Emporium numbers and more. Remember when hashtag really just meant number? What, it didn't have this other meaning, hashtag, whatever. Anyway, it meant number back in the day. So that's why I just did a little nod to that. So here is Flower Emporium numbers and more. So I was asked by my team to do some numbers to coordinate with the Flower Emporium alphabet. And just Flower Emporium, the one with the swags of flowers, the sprays of flowers. Anyway, so I did the numbers, and then they were like, can you do some punctuation? So I did a couple of things of punctuation, and then I had all this room, and you know I love me some bits and bobs. So then I just started to draw some bits and bobs that I could use in different ways in my building of my artsy assemblages. And I can't wait. I have not touched it yet. My team has. Good morning, Patricia. I have not touched it yet. I will start painting it for the first time this morning with all of you. My team has created some of the most beautiful samples with this art. If you go to, at the top of this video, I put a link to purchase this Flower Emporium numbers and more. Tess, could you put a link in there in the comments for me? Please, please, please. Anyway, here we go. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was I like all these little bits and bobs that I can tuck in or build layers on my makes, whether those layers are a art journal page or a greeting card or a postcard or a Rolodex card, anything that I make, I like it to have some, like, lots of things for people to look at. And I have always been a pretty clean artist, but I have started to clean in a kind of in my own funky way. Like, let's see. So like this, pretty clean, right? But I always remember to use my design principles. So I've repeated my colors, right? I've repeated the pattern. Do you see how this is kind of a circle-y mandala and this is kind of a circle-y mandala? Black and white play a big part in my art. They make all the other colors pop. This, I don't know that this is done, but just know that you can be artsy and have these funky backgrounds, right? And still be kind of clean. So I have these started pieces, right? Thank you, Tess. I appreciate that. So it's so funny. So, you know, originally they were called masterboards, and then I saw them called motherboards somewhere on the interwebs, and that made me giggle because my husband is an engineer, so he's always talking about motherboards, right? So I thought, and we are all girls here, and I thought motherboard is the perfect word for it, right? So there are, remember the other day I was talking about how abstract art, good morning Keels, abstract art, people think it's just really just slip slop everywhere, but it is not. There's lots of thought that goes into what your assembly is going to be, what your composition is going to be. First thing, always, good morning, Renata. First thing is always our color palette. So we're going to be painting these, and I'm using my beam paints today, and I've already made my little swatch card, and this is going to be part of my assembly. I will wait for these to dry, and then I will draw my little squares and write down the colors. I just like doing that. There's something kind of mindful about that. I have this little, you know, I cannot waste. So I have this little dot card that I got from Beam a long time ago. I don't even know that they make it anymore. And it is called Summer Days. But it had lots of good colors on it. And so I thought, well, I'm going to use those. So I've got a variety of brushes this morning. I have my Beam number 4. I have a Simply Simmons number 2. I have a Princeton number 2. And I have a Silver Black Velvet number 2. I wanted some, I think I'm going to use this Princeton Snap. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? I got this from Beam Paints. I did. So I've been thinking about my colors, and so here's the colors that I chose. I follow this artist, and I've followed her for years, and she's just she's so inspiring to me, and her artwork is very different than mine. So it's not like I mean, I play with her technique sometimes because it just gets me out of my head sometimes. But I think I talked about this in a couple of newsletters ago. You can be inspired by someone, right? But don't claim their art as your own. Don't claim their specific way of doing something as your own. People will know. It'll come out eventually, somewhere down the line. So I try to be super, super careful about that. I don't always do it, but I try very hard to be careful about that. About making sure that I'm giving credit where credit is due. You look like a much nicer, appreciative artist when you do that. Okay, so I'm gonna start painting some bits and bobs because I have this idea. So, the first step, like I said, is coming up with your palette. So my palette, a lot of the times, is pink, orange, and yellow. Pink, orange, and yellow are my kind of go-to colors. And so, but I there's a little bit of gold on this Summer Days. There's a little bit of gold on this Summer Days palette, and so I thought, oh, you know what? That would be a fun thing to add. My friend Debbie Pack adds gold to a lot of things, and it always, every time she does it, it's like this lovely surprise, and it always makes me smile. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to be a little Debbie-ish. Little Debbie. And I'm going to incorporate some gold in my makes. She sent me this is so crazy. She sent me this piece of, she sends me artsy papers all the time. And so I try to incorporate them just in my makes, you know. Anyway, she sent me this paper that, oh my gosh, I have used every square inch of that sheet of paper. I just love it so much. It's so pretty. So I told myself this morning my painting was going to be very slow and intentional. I wasn't going to try and rush. Some color down here. And take my time going around all these bits and bobs. Pull some of that color. There we go. Oh my gosh, we read the best book in book club. It was called The Small and the Mighty. Isn't that correct, Keely? And now I don't remember the author's name, but if you get the chance, I know I talked about this last week. Thanks, Keels. You have Lauren and Tessa to thank for that. They both wanted numbers. And then once I did it, I was like, oh, all right. There's lots of things we could do with numbers, right? Oh, look at that. It's making me so happy. The Small and the Mighty. Oh my gosh. So it's about 12 ordinary Americans who just changed the course of history in small ways. Oh my gosh, it was just so good. It was just so good. Holy smokes. This is one of my favorite beam colors. It's called Beach Rose. I've used it so many times. I have an extra one in case I run out. My dad and my sister and I are all going to Beam Paints. When I'm going on a sister's trip with my sister. At the end of the month into the beginning of August. And so we're going to Manitoulin Island, where Beam is located. We're going to, there's a great big powwow there that we're super excited to go to. And then the next day we are going to Beam Paints. Because once again, they are sponsoring me for my retreat. I'm so excited. And you know, I'm sure I'll find like a billion things to buy when I'm there. They, so we've talked before about, when my dad and I visited there last October. Stop it. Look at it, you guys. Just look at it. I'm going to have to bring some green in. Just a sec. So you know I'm going to bring in Fiddlehead because... oh, maybe Milkweed. Because I really like Milkweed too. So here's Fiddlehead. Here's Milkweed. There we go. So one of the things that Beam does is they've bought a really old letterpress machine. And my dad was just intrigued by that. So here is one of their letterpress, pieces of artwork. And so letterpress means it's embossed. The ink is embossed into like a high quality paper that has lots of cotton in it. So you've got some nice, what do I want to say? Some nice indents, for lack of a better word. And this one, how cool is this one? I bought a bunch of McGwitch, which is thank you cards, the last time I was there. This one has, look at, a robin and an apple blossom. Very Michigan, very Canada. Ontario, I should say. And then you get this, look at this palette. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Anyway. And then, so they have a whole bunch of, like I said, a whole bunch of different letterpress images. So here's the artwork on a smaller version. This McGwitch is smaller. I bought cards this size, thank you cards. Anyway, now, and this one, oh, this is a thank you from the Beam team, with a little, you know, I'll be using every stinking speck of this gorgeous paint. Anyway, many of you know that my husband loves to rebuild cars. And so, rebuild old cars. And it started, his very first car was a 69 Mustang. And then, he got in a wreck with that. Somebody kind of sideswiped him. And so it was totaled. And that was a heartbreak. Right? Then he bought a 67 Mustang, and that is, let's do this rose kind of flower, like a yellow rose of Texas. And that car is he rebuilt it when he was 18 with his dad, and that car is in our garage still. But his first car was a 69. And then I showed him the other day, Beam, just their newest letterpress is a 69 Mustang. So you know I'll be buying a bunch of those. They're, oh my gosh, and it's gorgeous. Let's do the centers of these yellow too, I think. So like I said, I'm doing very slow and intentional painting this morning. It's so crazy. I woke up at 5 o'clock with, like, I knew that I wanted to Hey Peg, thanks for stopping in to say hey, and thanks for the nice words about my new printable. Thank you. Let's find something else to paint yellow. Let's paint the center of this one yellow. Anyway, like, I knew what I wanted to do today, but you know, I often have these dreams about my art, and so I sorry, these are teeny tiny. I want them to look a little, oh my gosh, so pretty. I kind of knew my my plan and my color palette, but then like, it all kind of came together this morning. I woke up at 5 and I was like, I quickly got in the shower and rushed downstairs so I could gather all the bits and bobs that I needed for this project. So this project is going to roll over into Thursday, because Thursday we're going to be doing something that, good luck, Deb, good luck on your mammogram. Because I have something super, super fun planned to build with all of this art, right? Oh, everybody, let's take a drink. So I hope that you purchase the Flower Emporium numbers and more. I hope that you are thinking about, I'm having to put my hair up in a pencil because it's hot over here. Oh, that feels so much better. There we go. Pretty. Start to think about your palette, like what colors delight you. Oh, so I was talking about Helen Wells. So she wrote something, and so like I said, her artwork is not, her style and my style are two totally different styles, but I find her so inspiring. So she wrote something and it just stopped me in my tracks. Do you know how that happens sometimes, right? So she says, you don't find your art style. You do more of what feels good to you. You notice the colors that delight you. You do more of what feels natural and honest to you. I believe that joy is not the bonus. Joy is the compass, the method. Oh my gosh. That one just, I'm telling you right this minute, it just spoke to me. And so I thought, I want that to be part of my make with this. So I'm going to let this dry for a little minute because I'm afraid I'm going to stick my hand in something. And so I am going to talk to you about a few other things. Okay, so mail call. So this week I got an envelope from my friend Nancy Majak from New York. So you know I'm saving that. Shut it, look at it. It's so beautiful, right? because I might use this on Thursday. So, but inside of the envelope, look what Nancy sent me. Hello, Anne. So you like postage stamps, do you? LOL. I went through my stash of stamps and gathered some I thought you might like. Can't wait to meet you in February. She's coming to my retreat. Nancy. Okay, so let's look inside of this clear envelope with the cutest, shut it, look at that cute washi tape on there. All right, so let's see what we got inside. Guess I need to peel this off all the way so that I can get the stamps out, because wait until you see the stamps that she sent. Okay, so look at this one. This one is from Yemen. Look at how beautiful it is. Australia. That's where her best friend lives. Jennifer, who's on my team. National Park Centennial. Oh, I have some of these pots. Oh. Look at that. Forever stamps. Henry O. Tanner, American painter. Chrysanthemums. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Asters. She knew I would love me some Turkmenistan. Stop it. Look at how pretty that is. This is the first time I'm looking at them. Can you tell? Butterflies. Rwanda. Look at that. What is this? Republic du Benin. I don't know where that is. Now I'll have to look it up. Oh, look at this Thailand. You can tell that beautiful Thailand alphabet. Oh, so pretty. Liberia. Gorgeous. Du Benin. I have to look. Does anyone know where that is? I'm dying to know. I don't know. Look at this. Doesn't it look like ancient Greece? Oh, I think it is Greece. Look at the lettering. It looks Greek or maybe like a Russian something. Congo. Australia. This looks like maybe Korea. Ooh, this is America. I love my own tribe's native artwork, but I will just tell you, Pacific Northwest is my second favorite. It's so beautiful. Look at that cute little chipmunk. Norway, New Zealand, Mozambique, Canada, Malaysia, and the good old USA. So I can't wait to incorporate some of these, or some that are in my my little zipper bag of stamps, into what we're working on Thursday. So everybody needs to start to think about your... Oh, and I peeled this one off this morning off a piece of mail. That love stamp with those pretty flowers, which are kind of my colors, so you know that's going in it. So what we need to do for Thursday is you need to gather some art papers that are in your color palettes, and some bits and bobs, and like some some ephemera or just doodads that will work well with in your palette. So the other piece of mail I got was this darling card from Tessa that I opened in the car in the Trader Joe's in the post office parking lot, because you know, as soon as I come outside from the post office, I have to, hey Chris, I have to open it up, right? And look what happened. So here's my envelope. Look at how cute it is. And I opened it. And inside, look at what fell all over me and the car. And yes, I picked it all up. Because you know, I'm going to make something out of that. But I was cursing Tessa's name a little bit. Because it was the first stop on my day of errands. I kind of hate errands, especially when it's super hot. Because you have to get in and get out of the air conditioning, and it's hot out. And it makes me a little cranky. Anyway, everything should be a bit dry, and so we should be able to paint some more. I'm so excited about our next, this make. I'm so excited. So, I wanted to ask, are you guys enjoying the Anne's Artsy Techniques section of the newsletter? Remember, please make sure that you open your newsletter, because if you don't open them, them consistently, MailChimp will bump you off, and there's nothing I can do to get back on. So you would have to go in and re-sign up. So it's better to just open it. Even if you don't read it right away, just open it. But anyway, I started kind of a new feature. I've done this in the past, and so I thought, well, let's bring that back, especially for July. It's hot everywhere, right? Okay, so I have these other two colors that I want to kind of incorporate. This one is called Rose Hip. And that's making me so happy to just slowly fill these bits with color. Slow and intentional. You do like the technique feature. Thank you, Keels. Because I have a super fun one in this week's newsletter. This rose hip is so pretty. And you know, just like, hey Tam. Anytime you use a shimmer paint, always get that paint activated. Wet that paint, and then go away and do something. Put some drops of water on top of your paints, and then go off and do something so that water just becomes one with the paint and just really activates all of the pigment and gets it ready to be applied to paper or whatever you're painting. Because if you do not, it will get all weird and separaty. I was telling Tessa, I have this art journal entry that I did like 2020. Tessa and I were addicted to Hydra Colors. It's a girl, I think she's in Florida, and she, like, all of her paints were shimmery or glittery. And that is so not my jam, but whatever. I was just addicted. You know what? I was still working at the store when I discovered them. So it was before I quit to start my own gig. And I'm sure I found her, you know, on Instagram. And so, and then I was, you know, like always, I go, I have to get Tessa involved. So she would release a new color every Friday, and every Friday we were like, is Ruby Slippers out yet? That was the color that we were both after. Anyway. Let's do this one. That's when so anyway, I have this art journal entry that I have to redo one day because I did not let my hydrocolor, like, I did not let the water activate the paint, and the whole thing is separating, and I just heart-wrenching. Oh my gosh, you are going to love this. So let me talk about Back to Art School 103. So we are going to, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that we're going to do, and then next time we meet, I'll tell you another couple of things. So we are going to make some artsy papers with a couple of different, we're going to teach you some artsy paper, hey Sarah, techniques with a couple of different school supplies. One is, one that we are going to be playing with is, these whiteout correction tapes. Oh, the possibilities, you guys. So many fun things. Another one that we're going to play with is a compass. So everybody needs a compass. And Crayola watercolors. There's something about Crayola watercolors, I'm telling you. There's something in the makeup of them. They make me so happy. So those are 3 things. Those are only 3 things. So on Thursday, I'll tell you more things that we're going to be doing in that class. It's going to be an action-packed 2 hours. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm loving it. I'm going to wash my brush. Yes, it's on the 25th, and I think you will be in Arizona. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good, you guys. I'm so excited. And I haven't taught an online class like that in a long time. Everybody take a drink. But I'm starting to feel myself again, so hopefully there'll be more on the horizon. Okay, so I think the green is probably ready. So I'm going to come in with milkweed, and I'm just going to work that paint and water together. I'm going to paint these little bits of leaves. There we go. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I want to pull some of that off. That green, I want to see my line work under, so I'm just going to pull my brush across there. Washable Crayola. Let me see. I think I bought a new set, but I already have this set. But you'll see why I bought it. Look at all the colors, the 24 colors. It's the washables. There's something in those washables that I'm telling you. So there's two more, there's two other back to art school classes, Tam, and you would love both of them because they're all technique driven. There's 101 and 102, and we're gonna do 103. I just got myself, a composition book, big surprise. And last year I found these kind of, kind of chenille-y, kind of sticker, they kind of look like a Letterman's jacket. And I just put, I love art. This year I found letters that are, I just bought the word art, and it's not right here, but I'll be sure to, I'll be sending it to you, or showing it. I'll show it on Thursday. So I just, I think it was 101. So you finished every page in there? Or do you still have some empty pages? I'm just going to continue on. I have 101, 102, and now I'm going to do 103, all in the same art journal, in that same composition book. I had an idea. Let's see. I'm going to get my number 4. And I'm thinking I'm going to do, so this one is, what color is this? Red clover. So my idea is that I want to paint the background of this stamp, and then once it's dry, I want to cover the paint with one of my wide washi tapes. Turn. Because I just want to get all artsy up in here. You know what I mean? So I've been thinking about color combinations and how much I like, what do I want to say? How much I like to just focus and isolate my artsy brain, because I know myself. What is Keeling? What do you say? I get flibberty gibbet. I just get all like, I need to I have a focus problem, obviously. So I like today, I just want to concentrate on this. And then on Thursday, I just want to concentrate on the Thursday project, which works with this project. So, look at that. That rose hip is so pretty. It's almost like a shimmery beach rose. pretty. Absolutely, Tam. Just bring the same notebook. The same composition book. Did anybody happen to watch CBS Sunday Morning this past Sunday when they talked about Candyland? The origin story of Candyland, the board game. So, evidently, it was invented by a woman named, what's her name? I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Eleanor Abbott. And she invented it for children who were polio patients. And they, oh my gosh, so pretty, you guys. She was also a polio patient, and so, you know, she knew that those children would have to spend hours and hours and hours, days and days, like long periods of time away from their families. And so she wanted something that was fun. Hi, Lisa. Something that was fun for them and would take them away. And it's all about candy. Who doesn't like candy? During the interview, the man that they were interviewing said, if someone offers you some candy, are you going to say no? No. I thought that was so funny. Everybody take a drink. Anyway, it was invented in 1946. Yeah, and so the first person they interviewed was a kindergarten teacher, and she talked about all the life lessons that can be learned playing Candyland. Patience, taking turns, learning colors, counting, winning, and losing. And that once they've mastered those skills, then they can move on to other skills with other games. It's almost dry. I put so much paint on it this morning, you guys. Do this so that it's one more thing for you to add in your little artsy cluster. Anyway, oh gosh, Keely said, makes me feel guilty we never played Candyland with Matthew. Here's the thing. You guys did a billion other things. Do you know what I mean? Everybody does a million different things, right? Everybody has their things that they did with their kid. You and Kim are such thoughtful and what was I going to do with this green? Oh, I guess I'll do this. Considerate parents that I'm sure he learned all those lessons. And don't you think sometimes all those lessons just kind of happen as you live life, right? I think they do, at least. This fiddlehead green, I'm telling you, it is one of my favorites. And my cousin Lisa's yard, she has some fiddleheads. But I was telling her about Keely's neighbor, who I said, I saw the most magnificent fiddleheads. It was like a blanket of them in their yard. It was so beautiful. It was just so beautiful. I'm just kind of enamored with them. I wonder if we do some of this green. over here. So pretty. Anyway, that was amazing, that Candyland story. And there are 2 authors who are writing a book about it. I thought that was kind of fascinating. That Candyland is 75 years old and they're, I just thought that was brilliant. Well, I'm thinking maybe green for the background here and then maybe yellow for the center of this flower. I'm loving just taking my sweet time this morning, thinking about each one of these posies. I think I want to do, on this one, I'm thinking I might want to do milkweed. And I have a lot of paint on my brush. I'm trying to lessen the amount of paint on my brush, and I'll have these all kind of fit together. That looks so cute. I love it so much. Taking my sweet time. Thinking about Helen's words about what colors delight me. Well, Tam, I can't wait to see what you do with the letters. There we go. Oh, it's all making me so happy. Let's see, what else? Oh, we have some green down here. I always feel like I need to use up all the paint on my brush. It feels kind of wasteful to just rub it on my paper towel or on my underpaper. I'm starting a brand new piece of underpaper here though. Do you see it? It's gonna be fabulous. Do this one. Yep, see, this is what happened the last time I had that big leaf. I need to take this and pull some of that paint off and paint it on my underpaper. So I just like to use this underpaper. You know what? I use it and then I get myself out of the habit. And then I'm upset at myself because I miss it. So I like to use, I just take the same underpaper and I'll use it when I'm jelly printing. I'll use it when I'm using markers. I'll use it when I'm colored pencils, whatever. And all of that, stamping, whatever, that's all going to build up on my on my underpaper. And then remember, in my art journal, I have that page that I used, that I built with underpaper. Where is it? There we go. This is making me so happy. I can't tell you. Seriously, look at, I got Trader Joe's sweet red cherry, so I started a whole nother sticker page because that sticker wouldn't fit on my other sticker page. Where is it? I could not find a place for it to fit here. So, more and more and more fruits and vegetables. I'm wondering if we do yellow center. There's a little fleck of orange, right? I can't get it up. Okay, I'm gonna paint, and hopefully once I have this paint spread around, there we go, pulled it off. Okay, now alpha page. The I think I did this one. I used sewing patterns as my base, and then washi tape, and then these, remember I started with pan pastels, and then I played with those new Lottie Dottie gel pens on top. So fun. So think about that you want to do some pages ahead, right? Do some, just like one day, just dedicate to, and just if you're feeling it, some bases, right? Some artsy bases. So I did sewing pattern, then remember I did a border of postage stamps. This is some security envelope doodads. I have a map. I have receipts. There's a sticker from like a whole day, like some of the time I was in Michigan. My plane ticket. I have my underpaper, and I have music, sheet music. So just be, just looking around in your day. You can find something. You'll find something cool that you're like, ooh, I want to put that in there. Well, it looks like it's time to say goodbye. It feels like it's gone very fast today. I hope that everyone is having themselves a time, and that you, I can't wait to see how you've filled these in, and how you're going to make them your own, how your color palette. And then, like I said, be looking in your stash for Thursday. Be gathering some artsy papers that are in your palette, and some other art papers that maybe are not in your palette. Maybe they're just black and white. Maybe they're, do you know what I mean? some book paper or some sheet music, or I don't know, some postage stamps. Like I said, like I want to incorporate some postage stamps in mine, and so just be on the lookout and start gathering. Give yourself a folder or a Ziploc or something, and just start putting things in there, and we will have ourselves a time on Thursday. But don't forget, tomorrow we will be in Stitch Along with Anne, and we will be stitching our Flower Farm embroidery patterns. And oh, Sue, I just saw your name again. How did you tell me that you can get stamps off envelopes? Did you tell me if I soak them, the envelope bit will come off? So like I have this one, if I just soak this, then the stamp will peel off, and I just set it down to dry. Is that what you said? I'm wondering. It seems like that might have been what you said. Because look at this orange and this orange. Shut up. It's going to be so cute together. It's going to be so cute together. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Anyway. So if that is it, if you would just tell me something in the comments, or if I got it wrong, please send me the directions, because I have a bunch of torn off corners of envelopes where I have yes, that's it. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Sue. Anyway, I have stamps that I want to include in Thursday's make. Okay, so I adore you all, and I will see you tomorrow in Stitch Along with Anne, and then I'll see you again for sure on Thursday when we continue this make, featuring numbers and more from Flower Emporium. Bye, everyone.